Welcome to the Self-Storage Show, where I have conversations with my industry friends, talk with owners and vendors, and share tales about my management company, 3 Mile Storage. Let's go. Hey everyone, so I just finished putting together this new book, 3 Mile Storage Management, 3 Zones of Excellence. This is our framework for success in self-storage. Want a free copy? Okay, here's the deal. Book a strategy session with me. Together we're going to walk your business through the 3 Zones of Excellence framework. And I've done countless sessions like these over the years with many self-storage owners. I guarantee you that together, we're going to reveal some ways to increase your leads, rentals, and revenue. So go to 3milestorage.com and book your time today. Hi everyone, it's Jim Ross with the Self-Storage Show. Got another interview here for you. Almost like a vendor spotlight this time. We'll change things up. Got Kale Leavitt with me from the Storage Reach. How's it going, Kale?
Good. How you doing, Jim?
Yeah, good. I said I've seen you around like the trade shows and things like that, but we've never had much of a chance to chat one-on-one. So
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
I always tell everybody at trade shows, they're like, oh, we'll catch up then. Like, you don't get it. Trade shows is like a drive-by high. You don't get much of a chance to really get
Right,
it. You can't hear each other. So
right.
it's
Everyone's
good.
going a million miles an hour.
Yeah, it's crazy. So this kind of gives me a chance to, we'll get more in depth this way. It's awesome.
Right. Yeah.
Don't mind, before we get started, introduce yourself, give us a little background, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, like I said, my name's Kale Leavitt. I'm the CEO, co-owner of a company called Storage Reach. We help to generate reviews and help facilities to stand out online and help with their online reputation. My background, actually back in 2015, I believe, after graduating college, I joined a company. It's called Easy Storage Solutions. Was the 5th employee they hired. Ended up, worked there for 7 years, became the vice president of marketing. Helped run their online marketing division that helped, offer their clients SEO and local online their marketing services. So I did that about 7 years, growed that from 0 clients to about 1,500 before that Storable acquisition. After the Storable acquisition happened, I moved over to Storable's team on their creative team. Managed Storable.com for them for about 1.5 years, and then I was part of the first round of layoffs that they had, so it was kind of shocking, but then it gave me the opportunity to kind of hop into this. It's something that I always knew I wanted to do and always felt like the industry needed. So yeah, after that happened, we dove head first, and here we are.
Cool. Hey, you've had some twists and turns in your storage journey, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's a lot of highs and lows. It's been a good one. It's been fun.
But out of the lows, and like I said, getting fired from Storable, I mean, that you wouldn't be there if that didn't happen. So
No, it worked out. Like I said, I always wanted to do this, but I always had a conflict of interest working for another software company in storage. So
yep.
once that fell into place, it worked out.
Cool. Well, let's get right into it. What is Storage Reach?
Yeah, so like I said, I did SEO, online marketing, for a number of years for clients, and what we saw a lot of times was facilities, they never focused much on their reviews. It was always something they wanted to focus on, but it's something in the background. A lot of owners are managing their own property. They've got 100 different things they need to do, and so we would recommend, let's say, like a Podium or a Bird Eye or Reputation.com. But it was always hard to recommend that because the price points were high. I mean, if you're a single location operator, you're looking at $300 to $400 a month. Multi facilities, they can get some discounts, but it's still pretty expensive. So that was our goal. We wanted to create reputation management, review generation software for storage facilities that was affordable, that not only multi facility operators could afford, but also the small mom and pop facilities, and make it to where everyone has access and can automate their review process. So what Storage Reach does is we integrate with your management software, whether that's SiteLink, Storage, Easy Storage, TenantInc, and a list of others, and we automate that review process. So we want to capture that review at the most pristine time, generally move-ins. So what we do is we automate that process. We send out review requests, and specifically review requests a day after they are scheduled to move in. Basically because, a lot of people, maybe they'll put a link in their welcome emails or something, please leave us a review, but it's not focused on that. And what we've seen is a lot of storage operators, they create a great customer service, they create a great experience, but they don't have the systems in place to capitalize on that review. So whether it's in an email, that's not always seen. So we send out a text message the day after that's storage or that's review specific. And then we also send a follow-up text a few days later in case they didn't respond to that first attempt. And we do that on move-ins. We capture current tenants as well. And yeah, we typically see anywhere from 10 to 20 reviews per month on Google from our success rate. And we also help manage those reviews as well. And that's another portion of our platform.
Interesting. Now you say 10 to 20, but I'm sure it depends on the size. Do you have like percentage?
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, we typically see
percentages.
Yeah, so we opened back in April, so we're starting to run a lot of case studies and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're exactly right. A 500 unit or a 700 unit, they're going to have a lot more reviews than a 50 unit. There's just a lot more action. There's a lot more move in, move outs, current tenants as well. Typically, what we've seen is about a 20% conversion rate for our initial feedback, and then about a 15% conversion rate on our Google reviews. And yeah, that's fluctuated. It's actually interesting. It fluctuates depending on geographics as well. Maybe someone you're in Utah, right? Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah, we actually see a lot higher conversion rate in Utah than we do in other locations. It's kind of interesting to see. And rural is where as well we see a little bit higher conversion rate in smaller towns than we do like a Las Vegas or something like that.
Us Utahns are opinionated. We want to give our feedback.
Yeah, yeah, that's one way to put it.
That's how it works. No, and again, I do these Google business evaluations for owners.
Yeah.
It's one of those, you probably have seen it. It's it's such a low hanging fruit that you can make an impact, obviously. And that's the number one thing I'm looking at when we talk. In fact, I had a guy this morning. He's like, I've been around longer.
Yeah.
The guy on the street opened up 2 years ago. I've been here for 15 years, but he's killing me. I'm like, well, look at his reviews. And he had 100 reviews and he had 17. I'm like, that's it.
Yeah.
Right there. I don't have to look anymore, dude. Like, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Especially, you look in your own personal shopping habits. I'm sure you notice maybe on Amazon or something, you're looking at reviews. You look at a product, that's the first thing you look at. And the same with storage. A lot of times based on the percentages, with the map pack and the Google or the organic listings and pay-per-clicks, map pack actually takes up about 40% of those initial clicks on Google. So, and what that is that I'm not sure if I should be explaining this or not, but the top of Google search, you got your ABC local listings. That's where you can see those reviews and everything like that. That gets the majority of the clicks. And so if you're able to stand out on that and you're able to, set yourself apart, stand out online from your competitors, it gives you a big advantage. It helps you to compete with not only those competitors, but as well with REITs, with big multinational brands. They have a lot of money to put in a pay-per-click when, a lot of smaller operators don't have that type of budget. So focusing on Google My Business, which like I said, takes up about 40% of the clicks, when PPC takes up about 25. I think I'm not sure in the exact, but it's around those range of clicks. It's a big advantage, and it's something that facility operators need to be focusing on.
Yeah, I would talk with owners, and of course they're all about brand, my brand, and my brand. I'm like, I hate to break it to you, no one gives a crap about your brand. Like, they're looking on XYZ storage to stand apart from AB storage, but the reviews do. They don't come in, they see the reviews, and that's the first thing that's going to make you stand out. So I'm a big advocate. Let's just put it that way. When it comes to reviews, see it in action every single day. That's the one thing that moves the needle to get rentals or not. So
yeah, and it's crazy. We have a case study right now. We have a facility operator, management company, Freedom Storage, with Jim Mooney. They have about 22 facilities, I believe, might give or take one or two. We generated about 250 reviews in the first 70 days across their portfolio, and their website click rates went up 26% just in those 70 days. So it's definitely something that we've seen increase and be successful for people.
That's awesome. So kind of walk me through it again. So someone rents, and it's through the storage software. Is it a separate platform then gets sent out the review request?
Yeah, so we have our separate platform. So yeah, someone rents maybe. So let's say for example, the next day after they rent, they get a text. It says, hey Jim, thanks for, or glad to have you join us at AAA Storage. If you have 15 seconds to leave some feedback, you'd be entered to win a $100 gift card. And that's something we are starting to provide, is that $100 gift card. We just do it. We do one drawing for our entire portfolio every 2 months. And then they have a link, and on that link, they'll click that link and it'll pull up a page with their logo on it. It says, how would you rate our facility? They say 4 to 5 stars, we send them to Google. They say 1 to 3 stars, we take them to a survey. So where, you can get in front of that negative feedback in case, because that's the last thing you want to do is send someone negative online, so that they can contact you directly. So yeah, if they click that link, then they won't receive anything else. But if they don't click that link, we send them a follow-up text. We have we call it a drip system, to where we follow up, 3 days later. It says, because maybe they were moving into their unit that day, maybe they got busy, forgot. It says, hey Jim, just following up on this, you have 15 seconds to leave us some feedback. We'd be grateful, and you'd be entered to win a $100 gift card. We actually see a pretty high conversion rate on that second text. Because like I said, people forget. It's the same thing with move outs. We also send it out to current tenants. The current tenants is a little different because we don't want to send it out to current tenants very often. So every 6 months we rotate through tenants, send about 5 a week. And if they've left a review in the past, then we just send them a survey. That way they can give real-time feedback. You can get in front of something if something's starting to become an issue.
No, that's great. I'm just kind of putting myself in the owner's seat here, because I'm sure they have some questions that might be popping up.
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
is it a manual process? Is it more automated? How does that work?
It's completely automated. So once we integrate with your management software, everything's automated. The system takes care of itself. The only manual thing you really have to do is sign into your management or our reputation management software to respond to the reviews, but everything else is completely automated. You just sit back and watch the reviews go up.
Oh, that's great. And again, if owners can sit down and just, I always put it this way, like, what's the lifetime value of a customer? And a lot of times, sometimes they had no, sometimes they don't. So we'll kind of go over that. What's the length of stay? What's your average price for a unit? And lifetime value. I'm like, all right, cool. How much are you willing to spend for that customer? And we kind of get that price range. I'm like, all right, your reviews is what's driving your rentals. So pay for it.
Right. Right.
Oh, I got. You kind of said it before the beginning of the interview, is having a system. Everyone always says, I'll send the reviews, I got it. And because there's no systematization of this. It's just
right.
Or maybe they think of it every 3 months and they send out a review request. No, it's all about consistency. That's the name of the game.
That's exactly. And that was something I was going to say is, we back at our easy storage days, we'd send them a link and they'd get 10 or 20 reviews in a week, but then nothing. And part of Google's algorithm, they want quality and consistency. So that consistency is something that's important. They don't want to see 5 reviews at once or 10 reviews and then nothing. They want it to be consistent so they can see, you're working on your business and trying to improve it.
No, and it's huge. And you can start tracking it. And that's one of the things I always tell people, like, it's hard to see certain metrics on what drives rentals. But I guarantee you guys, the more rentals you get, I always say reviews equal rentals. There's your tagline. But that's totally true.
Right.
It's forever.
I agree. We see it in the data.
Well, it's all about the data.
Exactly.
So before we wrap up here, anything else you want to make sure you get across here before we wrap things up?
No, I mean, we can talk about pricing a little bit. Like I said, we try to be more affordable option than the larger operators that do the same thing. We are storage specific as well. We're only focusing on storage. We're trying to make it the best for facility operators, to where, we're flexible. If they have ideas, they have things they want to see, that's something we can try to incorporate, to make their lives easier. And pricing, we're trying to make it a lot more affordable. Our pricing structure is generally 0 setup fee, no contract. We can do a 2-week free trial as well, unless you have like 20 facilities, and we do it on 1 or 2. But as far as pricing goes, 0 to 100 units, $59 a month. 100 to 250 units is $79 a month. and anything 250 units or above is $99 a month. But then if you have multiple facilities as well, we offer multi-facility discounts to bring that cost down.
No, that's great. That's perfect. So people are listening to this like, cool, I'm sold, or I want more information. How do they reach out to you?
Yeah, you can reach out to me directly, kale@storagereach.com, spelled Kale, just like the vegetable. If you want to visit our website, storagereach.com, we're there. We have a live chat as well that you can chat with us, and we can kind of go from there.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks so much, Kale. We'll talk to you
Yeah.
soon.
Thanks, Jim. Have a good one.
Before we wrap up, just a quick reminder. Do you want to level up your storage game? Visit theselfstorageshow.com. Grab some high-value freebies, check out top vendor spotlights, and stay in the loop with our newsletter. Do you want to chat about becoming a client with 3 Mile Storage Management? All the info's there. Plus, if you've got a story to share, we're listening. Everything you need is at theselfstorageshow.com.